Hi everybody, this is Tsunami. It's an exciting day because Microsoft has announced some new Surface products. Today we're going to take a look at the new Surface Go 2. Now I'm currently the owner of a Surface Go 1, which I use as my little travel computer. Everywhere I go, this computer goes with me. And this little computer has been fantastic. I've really enjoyed it. I have the version with LTE. Just go in anywhere you are and be able to use the internet without having to ask for the Wi-Fi. The reason the Surface Go is an important product is because it does something that other tablets don't do, which means that it's a computer. So a lot of people have a phone and they do phone things with that, and tablets are typically just larger phones. There's a larger screen size. However, a lot of people want something they can be very productive with, like use a full file system and a full operating system to be able to use like a desktop experience, but just on the go on a small screen when you are traveling from one place to another. Otherwise, you would probably want a full laptop. So for a travel device, this does something that other tablets don't do. It's a full computer. Now, Windows isn't the best operating system for a tablet device, for just consumption. This is really for productivity, so you can get some real work done while you're on the go. That's what this device is for. Let's talk about what I'm expecting from the new Surface Go 2. I'm expecting an improved design, so slimmer bezels are what the rumor is. So it'll look a little bit sleeker. It still won't be as thin of bezels as the Surface Pro X device, but it will have a slimmer bezel look to kind of go with all the other Surface products that they have. The Surface Go has had a chunky, thick bezel. It's not a big problem when using it. It just makes the system look kind of old and not as premium as the other Surface devices. So this will be a welcome improvement. We're also expecting a processor that can turbo. So currently the Surface Go has a processor that stays the same speed at all times. It doesn't boost up like other laptop processors or other computer processors do, that will turbo up when you're, say, launching an app or launching a program or doing something that's going to accelerate the need for the processor to go. And then when you are just consuming content, when you're just doing something after having launched the application, the processor slows itself down so it can stay power efficient and not generate as much heat or waste energy. So the Surface Go has not had a processor that could do that. It always stayed the same speed, so it was slow, especially launching or installing programs. We're expecting a better processor here, which will make it a better device. In addition to the improved specs, we might get a black color version like Microsoft likes to do with other computers when they make an incremental improvement. We might even get studio microphones on the tablet, kind of like the Surface Pro 7 did when they last updated that device, which would be really nice to have. So let's take a look at the video and see what Microsoft has in store for us.
1, 2, 3.
Okay, little carrying pouch, slimmer bezels. Okay, that's a lot of kids drawings. More kids, wow. More kids. And more kids. A new Surface dock, whoa. I expected them to show that. Okay, an adult using it, that's good. Expecting children. I mean, that was a fun video. All right, so that video certainly had a theme to it. So Microsoft wants you to know that Surface Go is a great device for kids. I suppose there's some truth to that, and I'll get to that here shortly. Now let's take a little bit more of a detailed look at Microsoft Surface Go 2, hopefully one that's a little bit more serious and less of an advertisement that's geared towards a certain segment of the population that they know is going to be very interested in lower cost computers right now. Let's take a look.
Surface Go 2 is the smallest, most affordable Surface 2-in-1, now with a more brilliant, higher resolution.
It looks way better than the prior Surface Go. Those bezels really make a difference.
Battery life packed into the same compact form factor. At just over half a kilogram or 1.2 pounds, Surface Go 2 brings laptop to tablet flexibility that goes anywhere. And its fanless design means the Surface Go 2 is an excellent choice for high dust or sterile working environments. Surface Go 2 adds an optional Intel 8th generation Core M3 processor.
All right.
64% faster than Surface Go, as well as an Intel Pentium Gold option. While it retains the same form of
the Pentium Gold is the
Surface
one
Go,
for
it now
the
has
kids.
Slimmer bezels to allow for the larger 10.5-inch display that delivers 1920
That's
by
the perfect size really for a tablet. It's not so small that you can't type on it with the keyboard, and it's not too big.
The display is 10-point multi-touch and offers a natural on-screen inking experience, perfect for sketching or taking notes.
They all have that.
Moving around the device, you'll see a 5-megapixel front-facing camera capable of 1080p
That is an
video.
excellent camera. The Surface Go 1 also has an excellent front-facing camera. You can have professional video chats on it. It'll just be a little bit lower on the desk because the device is smaller. And it looks like we were right. They did add the studio mics to this one. That's excellent.
Power and volume. And on the right, you'll see a 3.5mm headphone and microphone jack, USB-C 3.1 Gen 1 port capable of 10 gigabit per second transfer speeds for running your favorite peripherals or charging your Surface Go. You can also connect.
It's great to be able to have the same charger for your phone that you do for your actual computer, which is
USB-A, display,
useful.
And Ethernet ports for working on the go. For added flexibility,
wow.
the USB-C port will also drive a single 4K display at 60 Hz or two 1080p.
They've got a little dock just for this little guy.
Surface Go 2 also offers the Surface Connect port for charging and supports fast charging to 80%.
And that's the new Surface dock, which I expected them to show that with the Surface Book 3. And they're showing it for this little device.
Surface Go 2, you'll see an 8-megapixel camera, also capable of 1080p video. And although we've retained the same form factor and added smaller bezels, the design has been refactored with an all-new hinge and new antenna cover. The ports are all in the same locations too, so you can continue using your accessories. Then, under the kickstand is a micro SD XC card reader, allowing you to add additional storage.
Yep, same as Surface
Go
1.
Inside Surface Go 2. While Surface Go 2 remains the same dimensions as the original, it has a larger 27-watt battery and increases battery life to 10 hours under typical use. It has SSD options of 128 or 256 gigabytes, or eMMC.
Oh, look at that. The 256 is with the LTE model. The one that I have with my Surface Go 1 also has the
Surface Go 2
LTE.
for business models include a TPM 2.0 chip for enterprise-grade security, as well as an available onboard NFC chip. All versions support Wi-Fi 6 and Bluetooth 5.1 wireless connectivity.
Excellent.
Surface Go 2 LTE models add eSIM support, as well as GPS.
Oh, wow. So you don't need the actual physical SIM. That's an
the
improvement.
Most common frequency bands. And beyond eSIM, you can also use a physical SIM card.
So you can use either one, the physical or the eSIM. I don't believe Surface Go 1 lets you use eSIM.
Experience when paired with the optional Surface Go type cover. With mechanical
and it looks like those are interchangeable with the prior version.
As well as an extra large glass trackpad for precise control. Adding the type cover also enables instant on, so Surface Go 2 can resume instantly once the type cover is opened. And for IT, Surface Go 2 can be personalized with required apps and policies using the.
I wonder if there are magnets on the top of that tablet portion that keep that type cover on there tight.
Mode. and LTE services can be provisioned and managed centrally.
It's annoying when
from the
that
cloud
opens up and
using
flops
Microsoft
around.
Endpoint Manager. So that was a quick tour of the new Surface
Yeah,
Go
that's
2.
really good.
Check out surface.com for availability and more information.
That was a much better rundown of this device than the kind of children's and family-oriented advertisement we just saw. It gives us an idea of how serious of an actual computer this device actually is. And I'm very impressed with it. I'm definitely going to pick one of these up. For sure, we'll be getting that Core M3 processor with the 256 gigs of storage and LTE option. That's going to be a great travel computer, something that's small and light, that can get real work done on the go, and also is the perfect size for an actual tablet. Oh. Okay. All right. The Surface Go 2, when spec'd with the M3 processor and LTE, is an actual great computer. It's going to be a fantastic computer for someone who actually has to leave the house and go places and needs a competent computer to be able to do computer stuff with. Someone who actually has a business need, or someone who has work to do, productivity work to do on the go. God. So much kids. So whenever I visit my niece, I always take my Surface Go with me. She actually really likes the device. She uses it to draw, and she also uses it to learn how to type, which is really, really cute. She tries to type faster to match my typing speed. It's super adorable. In that sense, the Surface Go is a good device for children. In addition to that, since children are going to school remotely right now, that fantastic webcam, 1080p webcam on the Surface Go is an excellent way for kids to be able to go into school. However, I don't recommend you get a Surface Go 2 for children. Get a Surface Go 1 for children. A Surface Go 1 has a processor that doesn't turbo up, but kids won't need it to do that. Also, kids are not going to find this a great device for playing games like they would an iPad, for example. An iPad will have way more apps in the App Store. This is for someone who really needs to learn how to use a proper computer with the keyboard and the trackpad. You can even pair a Bluetooth mouse to it. You can connect it up to a monitor. It's an actual PC that you can do full computer stuff with, and this is a good device for kids to learn how to use that, but not the Surface Go 2. The Surface Go 1, it'll have a thicker bezel, but that's fine, they're kids. For actual adults with productivity needs on the go, Surface Go 2 looks fantastic. I will be picking one up myself, because I always need a computer to go with me. That is the best one on the market to take with you. The only downside to the Surface Go is that it doesn't make the very best tablet, because it won't have lots of apps in the App Store to be able to use. However, that's not really the function of this device. If you want lots of apps to use for content consumption, then get an iPad. An iPad is a better tablet. However, if you need a small computer to take with you to get actual real computer work done with a full operating system, the Surface Go 2 can't be beat. We also hear that the Surface Go 2 will be able to use the same accessories as the Surface Go 1, so I won't have to pick up a new keyboard or pen. It looks like it'll work with the same ones, which is really nice for those of us who invested in that prior generation. The keyboards and pens come in various colors. Pick the one that you really like. Those are my thoughts on the Surface Go 2. I really like it. I will be picking one up. It's not for kids, it's for actual adults that have real work to do. If you want to get one for kids, get a Surface Go 1. Save yourself the money. The kids are going to be using it at home, so you don't have to use the one that has LTE. But for yourself, I recommend the one that has the M3 processor. I really like the idea of the LTE, so I recommend that one so that you don't ever have to ask for a Wi-Fi password. The internet will work everywhere you go, and if you're someone who needs something like that, it'll get the job done really well. This is Tsunami. Thanks so much for watching. I will see you in the next one. Look at this. Kids and moms and expecting parents. That's what this shows.